Hey everybody, Zorua here, and today we are here for another top 5 with quite a few interesting things, I should say. It's a typing that I would say is probably one of the most loved. I'm probably completely wrong on this, but it's a pretty decent typing when it comes to competitive, and it has a lot of valuable Pokemon to people's hearts, and for me as well, actually, because I won't say I won't say it's a favorite typing yet, because I might do a favorite typing top 5 or top 10 or even 20, something like that. I don't know yet. But we are here for Pokemon top 5 dragon types, and this list took a little bit longer than I expected. I didn't think it was going to take me that long to figure out what what Pokemon I would put on this list, because I love quite a few of them, and then there were some where I was just like, I probably wouldn't put it on a top list, but I do like that Pokemon. But today we're actually going to start off with the powerful number 5, which, surprisingly, as strong as it is, it's only on the bottom of the list. Garchomp. Garchomp is an amazing Pokemon. I've kind of liked it since it came out. It slowly grew into loving it, mainly because of its competitiveness. It's a really strong, hard-hitting, and fast Pokemon, so you can't really get over the fact that even though it has a pretty decent weakness to ice, which I'm not a huge fan of meeting when it comes to dragon types, period. I don't think anyone is. But having that extra ground type, it makes it even worse when you get hit something like Ice Beam or Ice Fang, or even Ice Shard, which I think a lot of people carry nowadays because it's nice for priority and everything. But Garchomp is an amazing Pokemon. It's also a savage. Like, when I say savage, I mean it literally doesn't care. This thing, this thing had arms. I will say this: it had arms. I'm only saying this because if you think about its description, excess energy melted its arms and wings, transforming them into giant size. That means it had arms at first, and the speed and energy it had melted its arms into size. Who does that? Like, you don't normally think of, oh, you know what, this Pokemon is just so fast and can cut wind and everything. No, this thing had arms, and they are now size because of its energy. That's how you know it's a powerful Pokemon. I don't care what you say when it comes to, oh, this can get bodied by that. Garchomp will forever be a pretty nice Pokemon when it comes to competitive and just overall design. I mean, look at it. It's a land shark. Who doesn't get scared by the fact that, oh, you know what? I'm just going to mind my business in the desert, and here you go, this gigantic. Well, I don't even think it's gigantic now that I think about it. It might be. I might have to look into that later. But it's a pretty threatening Pokemon once you really think about it. On to number 4, which is that powerful, tiny, people probably didn't even expect this, Noibat. Now, people are probably wondering why not Noivern if you love Noibat. It's more the fact that I love Noibat more when it comes to the actual evolution line. That's like people loving, let's see here. It's like people might love Vulpix over, Ninetales or something like that. Like, they just love Vulpix a little bit more. They love the evolution line, but it's just like, for me, Noibat is just a little bit better, and I love its shiny. I don't know why I thought it would have a terrible shiny when I first saw it, but no, it has an amazing shiny. That green and black is just, it might be green and purple. I'm probably looking at it wrong, but still, it's a nice color for such an interesting little bat. This thing, it's literally a bat. Like, if you think about it, it uses its ears, just like any normal bat, to figure out where it is in dark caves and everything. But the one thing that makes me love Noibat is that this thing is stronger than it looks. Even a robust wrestler will become dizzy and unable to stand when exposed to its 200,000 hertz of ultrasonic sound waves. Like, you can't fake that kind of stuff. Like, it's a Noibat that creates sound waves. And I don't know. I've always loved Noibat, and every time I see one, I actually go crazy. It's one of those things where it's just like, I see Noivern, I'm like, oh, okay, that's nice. But I see a Noibat, you'll probably see me go crazy over the call. And that's just kindly meeting it. I don't know, it's just something I've always loved. Guess I'll never get over that fact, huh? On to number 3, which, it's gonna seem weird because if you guys know me, you also probably know my friend Sav. He loves Goodra to probably the day he dies. This man will fight you if you say something about Goodra. If you even send him a bad picture of a Goodra, he'll want to fight you, and it's hilarious. I'm telling you right now, like, if you if I ever like brought him to a call or something, he was just like, Goodra's bad. He would be like, hey, yo, fight me. I'm not the same like that, but I do in fact love Goodra as a dragon type Pokemon. This thing, and the one thing I find hilarious about it, it's literally called the dragon Pokemon. Like, I don't think anything else has been called something like that, and Goodra just fits it, I guess. Even though it's all that goo, and I was figuring it's gonna be like the gooey Pokemon or something like that. Nope, dragon Pokemon. But it's one thing that makes me love Goodra even more, because it's an amazingly friendly Pokemon, but if it's left to itself, loneliness overcomes and it oozes gooey tears. Now, that's basically saying it never wants to be alone. That thing loves being around people and helping people, and Pokemon alike. It's always just happy. But the second it's left alone, it's just like, I don't want to say it turns to this edgy thing where it's always like sad to be alone, but it's just like Goodra doesn't know how to handle it, it seems. And since it's always trying to hug and it's just so big and huggable, I don't know. I would hug a Goodra. It could probably kill me, but I would hug a Goodra. On to number 2, though, which this has been one of my favorite Pokemon since I've gotten into Emerald when I first played it. Like, Trapinch, I don't know what I thought when I was looking at Trapinch. I just caught it and I'm just like, you're gonna be my new best pal. I don't know why. I looked at Trapinch and that's exactly what I said. It was just random big-headed orange ant-like thing, and it was just like, love me. So after a while, it finally evolved into Vibrava, and I'm just like, okay, this is a pretty interesting Pokemon. I wonder what if it evolves again, and if not, it's still a pretty nice Pokemon to look at. Like, I don't know. I always just thought it was kind of interesting to see it have goggles and everything. And then the goggle mascot himself. Yes, I call him a goggle mascot because it's just like, you don't really see Pokemon with goggles. So why not? Flygon was born on my team and I loved it ever since. This thing is the mystic Pokemon and I feel like that fits it the most as well, even though it should have been goggles. I don't know why. People say that their entries are interesting and everything, but I really would have hoped that they would have called it the goggle Pokemon rather than mystic. It would have just been perfect. It would have made it so much better in my opinion, but they know what they're doing, so I choose not to even talk about stuff like that. But this Pokemon hides in the heart of sandstorms and creates and seldom appears where people can see it. This thing doesn't want to be bothered, but it will show itself to certain people. Now, that's kind of crazy. And I don't know why, but I'm not a huge fan of its shiny. I know a lot of people love shiny Pokemon and everything because it's a rare and all that, but I probably wouldn't ever really like it shiny. I mean, it's a lighter green than what it normally is, and it's only just a little bit of orange. I think a cyan or something like that. It's not bad, but it's probably not the best in my opinion. It's still one of my favorite Pokemon in general, as a dragon type at least. And then we get to the mighty number 1, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people, if they know me, they kind of expected this, which is Latias. Latias is just, I don't know. I've always loved it. Again, another Emerald thing. I've always loved it back when I first started playing Emerald. It was one of those things where I mistakenly did the whole not read what you're doing kind of thing, where you just click A over and over again because you just want to continue exploring and stuff. Beat the Elite Four, beat the champion, and then your mom is, I think she said something about look at the TV or something. And when you look at the TV, I just spammed A like an idiot. I don't know why I did, but here I am. And when it gave you the choice, I saw it, but I mistakenly still pushed A, which completely erased my opinion completely. And even though I do like blue and red together and all that, I probably would have chosen blue beforehand. But I'm not mad at myself for choosing red, because then I would have never saw Latias for the first time like I did. Because it's hilarious how the second I left the building of that house and went to the route, I ran into Latias. I'm just like, I want it. I spent hours trying to catch that thing when I first saw it, because it's an interesting Pokemon to see it run away instantly. And it's always going to be like that. So I hope if they ever bring it to any other games, it's always going to run away first turn. I love that about it. It shows that it's a really nice Pokemon, because if you read its entry, its body is covered with a down that can refract light in such a way that it becomes invisible. So basically it's saying it doesn't really want to deal with people, so it can be invisible when it needs to be. But it's like, I don't know. I'm probably just going to end up blabbering and all that gibberish and stuff, but it's just a Pokemon that I've always loved. I love its shiny. I know I just talked about shinies and all that not being a huge thing for me, but I love its shiny there because it's gold, or at least a shade of gold, I should say. But Latias, like I said, hours on end trying to catch that thing, and when I caught it, I was elated. That thing is bulky, it's got nice stats, and it even has a Mega now. So that's even more love about Latias. Unfortunately, with this episode, I will have to wrap things up because kind of want to get better things going when it comes to these top 5s and possibly top 10s, because I do want to make this a better thing for the channel and everything. Hopefully we have a better layout and such. I just wanted to kind of test the waters with this thing and see what happens. But the next few typings for this would be fighting, ghost, and normal. So hopefully you guys vote for what goes on next and I will upload them accordingly. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to get up out of here. Hope you all enjoy. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. And I will see you guys later.